Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're tuning into the story of a small bird with a really big message. We're going to talk about World Sparrow Day. Now, this is a day that asks us to just listen. Listen to the chirps and songs all around us, and think about what they're telling us about the health of our own backyards. So, let's dive in and find out why this tiny bird's song is so darn important. This quote, it really gets to the heart of the whole thing. It's not just about saving one type of bird. No, it's about something much, much bigger. It's about seeing how everything, from the littlest sparrow to the tallest skyscraper, is all connected in this incredibly fragile web. And it's a balance we tend to forget about, right? All right, so why this sparrow? I mean, think about it. Of all the amazing creatures in the world, why does this little guy get its own special day? Let's break down what makes this humble bird such a potent symbol for the world we're living in right now.
Yeah, an entire day dedicated to this familiar, chirpy little neighbor of ours. The bird that's so common we probably don't even notice it half the time. But here's the thing, its commonness is exactly what makes its story so important. Think of the sparrow as like a living barometer for how healthy our environment is. If they're doing well, chances are, so are we.
In our super fast-paced, complicated world, the sparrow, well, it represents something simple. It reminds us to connect with the basic, grounding parts of nature. I mean, this bird finds happiness in a breadcrumb or a little puddle of water. It's this tiny, daily reminder of the beauty in just keeping it simple. And it's not just about simplicity. The sparrow is also a symbol of incredible resilience. I mean, for centuries, these birds have lived right alongside us, adapting and surviving in the towns and cities we've built. They're these tiny little icons of toughness. But, and this is a big but, that resilience is being pushed to its absolute limit. And this is where we get to the core problem of our story. The sparrow might be a symbol of survival, but it's now facing a huge threat. And the crazy part is, that threat comes directly from the very world it's tried so hard to adapt to. So that's the big question, isn't it? If these birds are such amazing survivors, what on earth could be pushing them to the edge in our cities? Well, the answer, and this probably won't shock you, has a whole lot to do with us. Okay, the number one challenge, urban growth. As our cities just keep expanding, the whole environment changes. Think about it. Modern, sleek glass buildings replace old houses that had all these nooks and crannies for nests. We're swapping messy wildflower patches full of insects for perfect manicured lawns. And the constant noise, it just drowns out their songs. Basically, the world we're building is becoming a really tough place for them to live. I know, that sounds pretty bleak, doesn't it? But hold on, because the story absolutely does not end there, in the shadow of a skyscraper. In fact, just knowing about the problem is the first, most powerful step towards fixing it. This is where the story shifts, from challenge to hope, and from just one person being concerned to all of us acting together. And this is the turning point, that simple act of just noticing things. Maybe you've thought to yourself, I feel like I hear fewer sparrows than I used to. That thought right there, that's incredibly powerful. That awareness is the spark. It's the little seed that real, actual change can grow from. It's the start of what we're calling a chorus of hope. And this is pretty much the roadmap for how that change actually happens. It all starts with that little spark of awareness we just talked about. That leads to conversations. You talk to your neighbors, and then suddenly communities are uniting. From there, you get real action. People building nest boxes, planting native shrubs, you name it, protecting habitats. And all of that helps build this deeper shared value, this real appreciation for all the different kinds of life around us. Which brings us right to the heart of what World Sparrow Day is truly about. It's not just another awareness day on the calendar. Nope. It's a day for a promise. It's a pledge that we make not only to the sparrows, but, to ourselves and to everyone who comes after us. So, what exactly is this pledge? Well, it's a pretty simple 3-part commitment. It starts small and specific, and then it grows to something universal. And it's a promise that every single one of us can be a part of. Okay, part 1. We start with something we can see and do right now. We pledge to save sparrows. What does that mean? It means creating safe spaces for them, putting out a little food and water, and just being aware of this little creature that's kind of like our canary in the urban coal mine. Next, from the sparrow, our pledge expands. Because let's be real, to truly save them, we have to safeguard the natural world where they live. We're talking about protecting our parks, our green spaces, our rivers and streams, the entire ecosystem that keeps them going, and, in the end, keeps us going too. And finally, the pledge reaches its biggest, most important point. We pledge to nurture life. All life. This is about building a culture of care and respect for every living thing, because we're finally recognizing that our own health and happiness is completely tied to the health of our planet. So I'm going to leave you with this question. And listen, it doesn't have to be some huge, grand gesture. It could be as simple as putting out a little dish of water, or planting one native flower on your balcony, or maybe just taking a minute to stop and really listen to the sounds of nature outside your door. So, what small act will you do today to nurture life?